So the almost last song on the album is Ghost of Lovers Past.
Great title.
And Ghost of Lovers Past is the oldest song on the record. It's, by the time it comes out, it'll be over a decade old. And it's also the most complicated, so I guess 19-year-old me had some compensation issues.
This is a really interesting tune for me. It has for me, and I don't want to compare, but it has a kind of a Pink Floyd vibe to it.
It's like our prog rock piece. It almost takes you to space. That was one of the things Daniel told me when we first started the song. He wrote a synth part for the intro and a piano part, but no guitar part. And he was like, okay, use all those pedals you got and make it sound like a synth. Make it sound weird. So yeah, we did a lot of cool things. There was a lot of experimentation. Daniel had some weird chords and tweaking another guitar's tuning to try to arpeggiate chords in a certain way. So I'm not sure exactly what ended up on the album, you know. As I was saying, things change. Kind of reminds me of some themes. I know, like the theme from Fallout video game, and I think it is the longest song that we have so far. I think it's longer than No Fear Tonight. I think about 8-9 minutes.
Out of all the songs you've worked on this album, what would be your favorite piece if you had to choose one?
Oh, if I had to choose one, I'd kind of have to say with Ghost. Actually, it actually is a great song. It's very ballady, but at the same time, it offers a lot of dynamics that you don't necessarily see in some of the other songs. I think it really stretches the musicality of what Infamous is trying to go for.
There are the strings there. There is a lot of really good playing happening on this tune.
You've got these weird key changes all over the place, which I think gives it a really interesting mood.
The third of the plethora of guitarists, John Pazder, came in. He's also the keyboard player. So again, a really talented young musician, and it's too bad he's such a prick to work with. I'm kidding. So let's just do that again.
Keep that in.
A really talented young musician, very good piano player and a really good guitar player as well. This one showcases his piano work a lot. I mean, it's a part that was written by Daniel, but definitely performed by John.
I'm looking forward to playing Ghost live. So this long song for Infamous, and there's it's more intricate than I think some of the others we've done so far. So it'll be an experience to kind of pull that off. I don't know if we've played that one live yet. One time?
Yeah, Ghost was my first music video, and you know, I think it's like honestly a very beautiful song. Like, you know, all the operatics and then switching towards that like ripping guitar solo towards the end there feels like Infamous's November Rain.
It's a really interesting tune. This one also uses the string quartet on it.
I think we straddle the line pretty good between metal and rock, but I'm always very horny, I guess, to write orchestra music. It's a genre I've been very curious about, and I want to learn more about it. So right now I know how to write for strings, and I'm starting to dabble in writing for woodwind and reed instruments, but I definitely want to learn how to write brass sections and big percussion section. That is kind of a pinnacle bucket list thing for me, is to do a full-scale Infamous concert with a symphony. Be it the Edmonton Symphony Orchestra, or this is me talking to you, Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. I'm coming for you. I want to get your attention. I want Senpai to notice me. We're gonna play a show together, whether you like it or not.
Well, the video was difficult because I dropped my pick during the intro, the first take. So I just had to commit to fingerstyle for the rest of it.
Now am I missed? Can you be sure that I exist?
We got through it. Hopefully the next one isn't 10 minutes long.
There's a lot of singing going on by the girls. Lyrically, it's a really interesting kind of a story that Daniel's telling. It's an interesting bit of poetry, if you like, lyrically. And it has, because of the fact that it turns around in a place that you're not expecting, it sort of lends itself to the lyrical content a bit. You know, ghosts and different, you know, things otherworldly type things. And So there's a fair amount of that going on. There's a bit of sound effects work going on in this, some of which Daniel did with his guitar, just to give it that otherworldly kind of vibe or something. Yeah.
I've been asked about this before. I've had many fingers in my face saying, this is about this breakup or that breakup. And I say, nope. For starters, the people who hurt me don't get to be in my songs. And it's about every breakup ever. Mine or yours or anybody's. It's every breakup ever.
And perhaps the most sort of unique part of this song is there's an interlude, a guitar interlude.
So after, the verse, chorus, it goes into this very ballady, clean guitar rhythm solo. So good luck.
That I don't know whether Daniel wrote it in his sleep or what happened, or if he was visited by aliens or something. But it has I think it's 15/8 time, and it doesn't sound unnatural, which things like odd time signatures can very often sound unnatural, and sometimes I run into musicians that do it just because they can, and which is not generally all that musical. But this one actually feels really quite normal in the place that it's in.
Ghost is a bit more tricky for the fact that wanted to give a lot of the atmospheric stuff some texture, so I didn't want to do too much in the way of the drums with that, but I also wanted to make it feel like it was unique.
The song is very windy and journey-ish, and you're not quite sure where it's going to go, and then it builds when the band comes back into this big epic outro where everybody in the band is playing. It has a very strong ending.
This one encompasses a lot of what the Infamous is about for me.
Yeah, it has like a more like almost like a haunting feeling to it. At times.
Yeah, this would be at the top, near the top of the list for me if it was a contest. Which it's
if
not.
you had to choose your top 5 at least.
Yeah, if I had to. So I'm not likely to do it.
Nope, fair enough.
Each time is a little different, obviously. Each producer is a little different to work with, but it's a little more technical in the way it was presented. So in the way it's made, it's a longer song, it's much more ambitious, at least lengthwise. The process was relatively straightforward, but in general, take 3 takes and then kind of do the fill-ins and make sure it's all proper. With this one here, the similar process in general, but them offering other suggestions, some that I hadn't thought of at the time, and learning what they were trying to accomplish, and then introducing it when we were actually recording it. It took a little bit of finagling on my part to make it work.
I think that song is the only song on the album where my solo is just complete improv. A lot of the songs, they had a very specifically written solo that I came up with. With this one, it was just like, let's jam, let's shred, let's come with something completely on the spot. And, I think that just sort of goes with the whole mood of the song, what I associate it with.
Practice album, kind of getting ready, preparing for this moment like a fucking decade ago. And Ghost is the only song that transitioned from the practice album to the actual album. It was the only one that was good enough.
So you want me to just
Yeah.
repeat?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this sounds like Metallica to me.
Oh, that's definitely the wow, that's fantastic. Thank you. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's definitely the first time I'm hearing that.
The rehearsed line.
You heard
does
it here. Was that?
It does feel like that.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. That doesn't get into any of your making of videos.
Oh, it has to.
No, I'm not giving you that. I'm not giving you clearance on that. And this is the part that feels like Pink Floyd.
And then later feels like Metallica.
Yeah, Daniel, that's right. Later it feels like Metallica.
Oh. Another hit. That was good. That was good shit.
I reached to you.